Hi everybody, hope you're well. So I'm back with a mini ride. I actually forgot just 20 minutes before this ended that I was supposed to finish it. So I managed to record me playing it, but I didn't have my microphone with me at the time, so I'm kind of just going to talk over it now and sort of give my overall thoughts because they've been asking for feedback on the mini ride. And I sat and thought about it for a while and then I ended up giving it a 2, which some people might find quite low, but I think a couple of the reasons I decided to give it a 2 was one, I didn't feel that the Aquas amount was really within the reach of a lot of players. I felt that the rerolls as they went up and up and up started to get too much, and I thought this wasn't really suitable for most players actually. I believe it went up to 45, and once it hit 45k it stopped at that and it would stay at that for all the rest of your rolls. I'm not 100% sure on that because I never went up to there, but apparently people that did said that's where it went to. A couple of people had said they would have liked to have seen it go back down to its original amount, which I thought, would have at least been kind of nice. But I think for that reason, I do think it's kind of a big deal because, like, when I did it on the test server, it was okay, it was 10,000 to go, and that just wasn't really sustainable. It really isn't, considering most of the prizes aren't worth that themselves. So that was a big part of it. I didn't feel you were getting, your value out of it. And I suppose another part of it was down to the prizes themselves, these time-based items. And I sort of see why they're doing it, because I suppose it puts people off multi-accounting, possibly. Because if they're not going to get really good items, if they have multiple accounts, they're not going to make loads of multiple accounts in order to hoard items and then send them to their main account. Okay, maybe that'll deter them by using those time-based things. But I feel it's unfair on other players. Like, for a lot of people out there, they are getting these time-based items, which originally, when they weren't time-based, they could have traded for items that they needed, and vice versa, for other things. So I think that's another reason why I'm not too keen on it. And those are kind of big things for me. I think, like, they have a big impact in that respect, and that's why I wasn't too keen on it. Now, when I was doing this mini ride, I have to say I was quite frustrated, actually, this last video when I was doing it, because I kept finding I was getting rolls over and over and over again that were no use to me, and I didn't have enough aquas to reroll, and I didn't really want to either. So my only goal when I was actually doing this video at the time was I wanted to get to the next board so that I could get a butterfly gift. Now you can see here I'm trying to get out the last door because I've got all the keys, and it just wasn't happening for a while. But it had been like that for a bit, and I started to wonder actually around this point, was I even going to get out the door to go near the butterfly gift? And I can say that I was pretty frustrated at that point by the whole thing, and it was like, obviously these one rolls and rolls that I didn't want, and it was just irritating. But I did eventually get out of it, as you can see, and then I got onto the yarrow patch board for the 8 keys. So I was reasonably pleased with my progress through the whole thing for free rolls. I mean, one of the positives, I will say it, and I know maybe giving it a 2 was low, but there's a lot of things that fed into me giving it a 2, I guess. Now, I did decide to go and sell, I think, some of my leather at this point in order to get some aquas to go to the mini ride and roll, because I really wanted that butterfly gift, and I only had 10 rolls left, and I knew, considering my luck previously, may not happen. So it wasn't going much better at that point, to be honest, and you'll see shortly what I got in the butterfly gift, and you can tell me whether you think it was worth it or not. But no, I was kind of getting rubbishy rolls, and there was a point where I thought, I'm not going to get this, because there was 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes left to go at this point, I think, when I was doing this. It was very close to being the end of the promo anyway. That roll, I did re-roll it, and then I got it. And I got a post-it pack, and I wasn't particularly chuffed with that. So I was sort of like, okay, so we got a Cronus timer, I think, and a post-it pack, and I was like, yeah, that was alright, but not great. But I think overall, some people think that 2 was quite low. Now, I think that they put in a huge amount of work into the artwork, I really do, but the main reason I'm giving it 2 is I'm sick and tired of looking at promos. I'm sick and tired of the same thing over and over again, and I just want them to stop. So I feel like every time I give them negative feedback, I'm sort of saying, I don't want more of this. I've had enough of this. And that's why it was so low, actually, is the reason I give it a 2. And part of me does think that that was a bit harsh, to give a 2. Because obviously there's people there working quite hard to make things like the artwork and stuff. And I don't know. It threw me off a bit. I kind of feel like if they just leave us alone for a bit, it was so much better. But you can kind of see what I got there. The weird thing was I found that this promo wasn't showing me that I got the posting pack, and other things weren't showing up either. And I was pretty sure that I got more than one fertility wand, and I wasn't sure why it wasn't showing up. I have absolutely no idea why it wasn't showing up. But that's kind of my general overview of the promo and kind of my feelings on it. In itself, I don't think it was a really bad promo. I actually really liked the way that you got dice rolls, doing the lessons of the horses, and the login. I really liked that. It was nice, it was simple, it was easy, and it wasn't causing any problems in the game for anybody. But at the end of the day, I'm sick and tired of promos, and that's the truth. But I'd be really interested to hear your comments as well, so please do leave them in the comment section. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you had a lovely day. Bye!